So Gary,
on this
Yeah.
episode of Weaponized Incompetence.
man,
I just
so
did what you told me.
I mean, yeah, that's so funny. We're like, turn that down, Gary, and then he turns it all the way down. So welcome to the PR Project. What is this, episode 67? 68. 68. How y'all doing today?
I'm tired. There's a day.
What'd you do today, Gary?
I had 20 with some pressure. Aaron, you had a big day. The weather that wind was no joke today.
Yeah.
Man, you guys, like, I'm like sitting. I didn't run today, so I'm just like sitting in my house watching you guys talk about how bad the weather is or whatever. I'm looking at the weather. I'm looking at the weather app. It's a little windy outside. I'm like, you guys been through worse than this.
I said to Aaron and Ern at the beginning of the run, I said, if this had been the beginning of the winter, we'd all been inside with this type of weather.
I agree.
Oh, this is like one of those shockers. Like everything just kind of like it just took you by surprise.
Yeah, well, one, we're used to the weather a little bit more now, but two, we thought we were done with this.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the main thing is y'all thought y'all was done with this weather. Y'all should have just waited to do y'all long run when I come back, because tomorrow is gonna be better than today.
No,
it is. The weather is gonna be like 53 tomorrow.
Who's got time for a long run on a Monday?
Right.
Hey man, I mean, y'all. The point is,
we would do our long run, and then you would be like, "Oh, I only got 4 miles today."
I literally only have 4 miles tomorrow. But yeah, no, I'm just saying y'all got options. That's what I'm saying. You know, easy for me to say because I like did nothing today.
Yeah, you've been Tommy no runs.
Tommy doesn't runs.
Tommy ain't runs.
Tommy ain't runs. Well, just really quick before we get too deep into this pod into this show. This show is brought to you by and sponsored by Tracksmith. Big shout out to Tracksmith. They are the sponsor of this show now through the end of April. And I want to call some attention to the base building collection. It's for spring runners dedicated to building a solid foundation. Their gear must reflect these enduring qualities, unassuming yet unwavering.
It's a good read. It's a good read.
It's not right. It's still going. Resilient to the season's fickle nature. This is perfect what y'all talking about, though. This season has a very fickle nature. It's like good one day, bad the next, you know? So go on to tracksmith.com and go check out the base building collection. We're all sporting a little bit of Tracksmith flavor today. Mm-hmm. They have so many. I realize they do have a lot of different like vibes, though, you know? That's a logo. That's a hair. So that's a hair, ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes you got to pet them.
To make it like it's like the pump on the sneaker tongue. That's how you go faster as you pet the hair. Really quick, want to share some promo codes with you. I'm super hyped about the promo codes though, because I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's like I like to give promo codes, but it's also like a little flex. You don't hear it that many times. So here, if you have not gotten or bought anything from Tracksmith, the code for first-time buyers, new customers only, is PRNEW. PRNEW for $15 off of $75 or more. So first-time customers is PRNEW. $15 off of $75 or more. So anything over $75, you get $15 off. And then if you are a return customer, you can do PR Give for free shipping, which is a big deal. I mean, I think it's like ends up depending on when you want it. I don't know if it's for overnight or airmail or whatever, but free shipping is PR Give. So we're gonna drop that. We'll have that at the bottom scrolling in a second. But if you want to use those codes, please do. The more that people use those links, the more Tracksmith enjoys sponsoring the show.
Right.
Yeah. Did you guys wear any Tracksmith today?
I had the NDO tights on.
Oh, today. It was an NDO tight. It was an NDO kind of day
for me.
No NDO for you, Aaron?
It wasn't an NDO day for me. It was a fails half tight. I mean, a fails full tight day for me.
Full tight. So real quick though, before we get into too far away from this, so I finally got them, Aaron, the ones you were showing us last week, with the what are they called now?
Turnover tights.
Turnover half tights. they do look sweet, and they're a different so they're a different fabric for sure than the Reggies. The Reggie, they were kind of, they just look a little more flimsy. These look a lot more like substantial. They've got like feel like some anti-chafing vibes in the middle here. But then I'm really pumped about these pockets, bro. There's so many pockets in the back of these. Tracksmith's, like, I think I've heard so many people complain about the pocketing system for like normal Tracksmith half tights and such, but they got it all figured out. They figured it out, and I'm happy for them. Because a lot of times people go with other brands because they got more pockets, man. Good job, Tracksmith. Did you get yours, Gary?
I have not gotten them yet.
Okay, well, you got to make sure you get those, Gary, because you need pockets as well, because you got to carry those gels in Boston.
I do. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, so this is so you can see it in writing. PR new, $15 off. PR give for free shipping. Yeah. We'll pop that up there every now and then. But yeah, so I was just looking at y'all training, all right, because my training looks like an amusement park ride at Cedar Point. It's up and down, and there's some lows, there's some highs, there's some pain, and there's some screaming. You're like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure we're on the same page here, or at least in the same chapter. But Gary, yours looks like a nice stroll down a very straight street. No hills at all. You've been at 70 miles for like the last 27 weeks, it seems like. How you feeling?
Yeah. Great. It's been really consistent. I think that's what I like about the new coach, Melissa Johnson White. You know, it's the same format and training, but instead of building up, we just get right to it, and we're just hitting 70 weeks after 70 weeks. And I really do think it's going to pay off in about 5 weeks. So feeling pretty good about all that.
What do you like? So are you thinking about Boston right now, or are you just training? Are you just like day by day?
I just yesterday, Strength Running Podcast had a Boston preview. Somebody wrote a book. I forget the guy's name, but he wrote a book about Boston. And that was my first like toe into the water about like going back and watching YouTube videos of the course and going back and over my old numbers when I ran it in 2021. So I'm just starting now to kind of focus all my energies on strategy and kind of getting ready to relive the course again.
Okay. All right. I can feel that.
18-time Boston Marathon finisher Mark Polina is the guy.
18-time?
18-time Boston finisher.
Yeah, he's got an interesting story too, because he started out as a bandit runner, and then he went to be a charity runner for Boston.
Oh, a bandit runner, as in like he's
running on just vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
No bib, just vibes.
Yep. But it sounds like he's got a pretty interesting book. I was telling Aaron, one of the tidbits he talked about was before everybody got finisher medals, when you come in from Boston, when you're done with a race, if it's cold out, they give you beef stew. They give you soup for all the finishers, which I thought was pretty wild. And today I thought I need some soup because it was a soup kind of day.
Shout out down to McNabb.
Bro finishes a long run and wants chunky soup. That is nuts.
Hey, it works.
Chunky soup works. What about you, Aaron? Like, where are you at mentally with the whole thing? Because your training looks very similar. And I mean, honestly, I'm bringing this up because I'm kind of like, I looked at both of your training logs or whatever, and I was just I almost wrote like some hate under each one of them. And I'm just like, yeah. Just keep. Can you rub it in a little bit more?
Hey, yo. So I think training is going well. This is my second build with Ari, my coach Ari Hendricks. So we're still kind of figuring out what works and like what my body responds to and things like that. So not as extreme as some of the stuff I've done in the past as far as volume, but I feel confident with how things are going. But Usually training, especially the last few blocks, hasn't been like super like up and down for me. It's been pretty solid. Like I've been able to kind of do everything that has been asked of me. So yeah, it's going well. For the last week though, I've been fighting off this little like mild, like cold kind of situation. So kind of made things a little more difficult. But you know, it happens. Things happen during training, and you just got to kind of roll with it and do the best you can.
Like, how do you deal with that? Like when you start feeling sick, like, is there something that you like every time you're in a training block, you start feeling sick, you got to go to, or you like start drinking more like orange juice or something? Like, what do you do to try to keep it off?
You know, I would love to give this beautiful answer about how I, you know, take all these preventative measures and precautions and do all, but I don't. I am the definition of a man when it comes to being sick, bro. I'm just like,
you know what they be saying? You know, have you ever heard that whole thing like where like women will say like that like women are better at being sick than men? Like every time a dude gets sick, like it's like the end of the world, like we about to die, like laid out, and then they have like 7 kids, and it's like they don't even blink an eye or whatever. Do you think that's true? Or is it what is it? Like I do sometimes. I feel like, wow, am I being a baby, or do I really feel like I'm about to die?
No, I'm out. I am a baby, big time.
I mean, because what if though? Let's just think about it. What if men get stronger colds than women?
Is that really where we want to go?
Wow.
Like, is that the kind of podcast we're about to turn this into?
Or maybe
Pass.
our immune systems are weaker. It's either one.
Pass.
I think women are just a little less stubborn
Stronger.
than we are, and they don't mind admitting that for one, they don't mind admitting that they have a cold, and
Mhm.
they don't feel, or just sick, period, and they don't feel. Me, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I feel shame when I need medicine. It's like I'm too strong for this. Why would I need medicine? Like, and that's just me being hard-headed.
Yeah, and then by the time you get around to it, you're already on your deathbed.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you should have thought about this a week ago.
Yeah, and then I think historically, like I mean, I don't want to speak for all men here, but I feel like men are just a little more disgusting than ladies are most of the time. So I feel like when maybe we do get stronger strands and stuff because we're just disgusting.
That's possible.
You know, like maybe we just like touch more like doorknobs or something. You know, I don't know.
Gary, I love your approach right now.
Gary, come on, say it.
I love your approach.
Pass.
I love your approach.
Man, I'm trying to like wrangle you guys into this one, but
Yeah.
I'm proud of both of you.
If
You did great.
if you had seen me in the group chat this week, pass.
Pass. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what group chat you're talking about. I'm not in that one. Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny that there's a group chat.
I didn't even know you could send a message to more than one person at a time. To be
Really,
honest.
what is this group? What is this group chat that you speak of? Is it like a new function on for influencers?
Pass.
Hey, do you guys? Has anybody DM'd y'all on Strava? Because you know Strava's got that new.
No,
Yeah, no.
I haven't gotten anything. Or
Are you passing right? Was that a pass, Aaron?
I didn't even know Strava had DMs. That's crazy.
You lying?
Huh? Why would I
You
lie?
I mean, no.
I don't think I updated my Strava because I
I'll
don't got
be-
it on there yet.
I don't even know where it is on Strava. Like it's not like it's prominent. I know it's there.
Yeah, I think it's well. No,
Yeah.
it's just up there near the bell. But
Hmm.
like apparently when they first did it, because everybody made a big deal out of it when they first. It was like a month ago,
Mhm.
and they first rolled it out, and then everybody was like, "Oh, here we go!" Like you know, everybody's gonna be jumping in everybody DMs and you know whatever.
What's a DM?
But-
I only use social
Text
media
message?
in public ways. I don't. Why do you need to send me a message that
Right.
Right.
It's called social media, not private media.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Have my number. You can call me.
All right. Right. That's technically where the way things
No,
should be.
But with
Aaron.
that, please don't call. Send me a text.
Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay. Can we?
Because I'm on Do Not Disturb anyway, so you're gonna call. It's gonna go straight. To me.
Okay, so is that why you're on Do Not Disturb? Is because you just don't like people calling you?
Yes, don't call me.
Okay, so have you ever before you went on Do Not Disturb, because it wasn't always like that. Have y'all ever text somebody and then they call you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will watch the phone ring.
I'm never answering that, because to me, that's you calling me unexpected. You might as well just knock on my door.
Not even not. You might as well just open and come in.
Right.
That's the level of disrespect I'm taking it as.
No, opening the door and just walking in is like FaceTiming somebody without warning.
Yeah,
FaceTime me without warning, you might get blocked forever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
That's
you don't
just-
have to answer that. Yeah,
You don't have to answer either one of them.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer the door either.
it's true.
You know, but the point is, you know, you just can't do it. You know, you can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah. So let's get back into the run of things. Jalen Thomas, what's up, fellas? Tapping in, ran 12 miles easy today. Racing a half next weekend. Jalen? What half are you running next weekend?
I'm
Is
running
it-
a half next weekend.
Is
Yeah,
it? Are
I'm
you?
running a half next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, you're running a half. I don't even know what side either one of y'all think y'all on.
We're both running
You
a
run,
half.
but not in the same place.
Correct.
Spiritually, we'll be in the same place.
You, we're in this together. Aaron, you're running in DC,
Washington, D.C.
Washington DC, and Gary, you're running in Dearborn.
Gross seal.
Girl Seal. Oh, that's not the Dearborn Decades. I mean Dearborn. The other race is in April.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
he's doing rock CF.
Rock
Yeah.
CF. Yeah, Rock CF. Hopefully it's not as windy and weird as before. Jalen is doing the Shamrock half in Sacramento. Is Sacramento a hilly place? For some reason, I think it's a hilly place. As soon as I hear
that's where CIM is, isn't it?
it starts there, right? Or ends there. I don't know. Because
I know it's around there.
it's a point to point, so it starts in a different place. You know.
And they got some hills at CIM.
Yeah. They say it's like a downhill course, but they say it's like rolling like the beginning of Boston, really.
Yeah.
Steve deferred his long run to Monday, guys.
Okay, Steve. Well,
They
Tommy
can't-
only got 4, so
They can be deferred. Mark ran 20 miles yesterday with a few marathon pace miles in the middle. Feeling great. Boston 5 weeks. That's a good run. That's a nice
I
run.
wonder what time he woke up to do it.
yeah. Was that Saturday, like Friday evening, or Saturday morning?
He might have been running when the time changed.
Right.
No, Mark.
Right. Like,
Does the
like
2 hour
really,
long run count as a 3 hour long run if you do it when time spring forward?
man, I saw a thing that said the clocks went from 159 to 301. That's pretty aggressive.
Pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic.
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah, Mark runs during the time change, and it's like 1 mile is like a record. Like mile 19 is like 4 minutes fast.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
I was
A 2 minute
7
mile.
a.m., but 5 a.m., 8 mile tempo tomorrow morning. Very on brand for you, sir. Very on brand for you, sir.
You want hold on. You did a long run with tempo on Saturday,
Saturday.
At 7 a.m.
and you're gonna do a tempo run tomorrow too.
No. He
Well,
just said he
you
had a few marathon pace miles in the middle.
It's just
Oh.
a few. Yeah. He had like I think he just said a few. So he said his friend Mark or his friend Rick, Mark's friend Rick has 24 consecutive Bostons.
He's ran Boston every year this century. That's crazy.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually pretty impressive. Is he one of the guys with the jackets?
If I ran 24 in a row, I would definitely have a jacket.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point you gotta wear the jacket, you know. I think that's what it
No,
is.
I
If
would
you
make
have-
my own jacket.
Yeah, that one you seen that one guy, right? With all the patches on the back?
Yeah, I would have the patches for sure.
Yeah, he
I would
got
have
his,
like a Letterman jacket with patches every year.
yeah,
for
he
sure.
got his the whole back of this guy's jacket's full of patches. And it seems excessive, but it's just like you can't hate on it, really. Well, all right.
Right. He put in the work.
Wildin'. My boy T Wildin', bro.
Oh, bro, I seen his story. I seen his stories. I
My
seen
boy
you out
going
here,
crazy.
dog. I see you out here. I appreciate the love. You tap it in South Beach to the PR project. That is legendary, dog. Have a good time,
My
man.
hat to you, sir. Enjoy
Hats off
yourself.
to you. Keep the stories coming. It is pretty good. But no, for real. So I'm from my stuff, since you guys asked, I'm feeling really great. I'm actually so I went to Ramp the other day, and they tried to like pinpoint, because remember we were talking about like my leg felt like it was like kind of nervy, more so than like a muscle thing. So I think somehow it's both. I mean, obviously muscles are involved, but I feel like that nerve feeling is kind of going away, but I'm like afraid to run tomorrow because I still kind of feel weird. Like my leg doesn't feel normal yet. You know what I mean? Like in that nerve sense.
Right.
So I'm not really sure what to do.
Did she give you anything to do at home?
No.
I always ask that when I leave. What can
Well,
I do
I
at
did.
home?
I
What,
think
what,
I
what,
actually.
what did you do today that I can do at home?
Oh, I did. I did ask that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. She told me to sit on a ball.
A lacrosse ball?
Yeah, like a lacrosse ball, and put it like in like the weird nervy spot, and just try to lean on it, because she said the nerves are so deep.
Right above your glute?
Right above, like where like to the left or right of the sacrum. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Gary, I never would have took you for the student that asked the teacher about homework.
When it comes to recovery for Boston, yeah.
He's only a good student when he.
When it comes to math, pass.
Hey, teacher, what about the homework? 5 minutes to go in class on a Friday. That's crazy.
Bro, in the club tapping in. That is so crazy.
Hey, he misspelling words, so you know he telling the truth.
Oh yeah, y'all's. No, that's what's up, man. He having a good time down there. But yeah, so I'm feeling optimistic. I don't even know why I'm saying I'm feeling optimistic. Like I feel like maybe hopefully this week goes well and I'll be able to get some good miles in, and maybe like everything will just kind of work itself out. And then because I don't know what's gonna happen in Boston, but I just want to make sure I can finish the race well and recover in 6 days and see what happens after that. I don't think I'll do this. I don't think I'll do this again.
The tricky part is trying to recover while traveling.
Yeah, that's the big part too. Yeah, because the flight. I think the flight's only.
It ain't never
like 7-8 hours.
It ain't.
I think it's only 6, isn't it?
Only
six.
Once you cross, I think once you cross the threshold of 3 hours, you can't say only no more.
I mean, you can when you just did a 14.
I think if you're lucky again to get like a little couple, maybe a seat or two next to you to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
I've heard of people lying down on the aisle, like in the middle of the night, and just to stretch their legs out a little bit.
Man, I don't. So I feel like Aaron might be with me on this one. I have like this thing about embarrassment. You know, like I feel weird doing certain things. Like I felt weird just every now and then I would have to stand up because my leg would just like make me like, you got to get up, you know. But even then, I kind of would just like be walking around. Some people don't. Some people just be like acting like they just in their living room with it. I can't. I don't have.
No, I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying
yes, you would. Gary would 100%.
Lay down in an aisle.
Gary would have a foam roller in an aisle. I swear, I know it.
No, that is not me.
Man, no. I got, what is it called? Yeah, Aaron told me one time he gets secondhand embarrassment for people. So like, imagine if you was with Aaron and you stood up and then started doing foam rolling in the aisle, he might he might abort the mission.
Aaron's like, "Where's the eject button?"
Man, where is the? I shouldn't. Is this a safe space, guys?
Of course.
Sure.
I don't really talk about dreams and stuff like that. But so I had a dream.
Oh, you Martin Luther King now.
I have a dream that I got into I was in a plane crash. But it was like I was super calm about it, to the point where like I purposely it was like literally like God told me to get out my seat, sit on the floor, and then hold on to the seatbelt instead, you know. Like I wrapped the seatbelt on my arm and just held it, and the lady was looking at me. The flight attendant was looking at me because she was in like the jump seat in front of me, and she was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "It's fine."
God told me, bro, it's fine. Don't worry.
I swear. And then we just like landed and like skidded like that movie Flight when Denzel was flying. And nobody was hurt in the whole thing. It was like the calmest thing ever. But I woke up like, what was that all about? So I looked it up. Plane crashes in dreams aren't necessarily bad. That means like it's like something about like past something you're letting go and you're changing something and you're like changing habits or something that maybe scary for you, but it's okay. Or something like that. It's weird.
Y'all
I
ever been?
think it might more be about the fall of Boeing as a aero manufacturer. I think that might have more to do with it, but what do I know?
It's like, you know, the whole thing that like stuff's been in the news about doors flying off planes.
No,
Yeah, I
a
don't know.
Boeing plane just had the landing gear fly off of it right after takeoff. It
In
landed
New
on people's
York.
cars. It's like, bro,
In New
it's
York.
crazy.
Yeah.
You don't think about how big them tires are until they hit a car.
It hit it like it hit like a minivan, and it was like crushed it. I'm like,
Destroyed. Yeah.
I hope you got insurance.
I mean,
bro.
well, what airport was this at? Because only in the movies do I feel like you park under where the plane takes off at. In Detroit, there's no
eventually the
planes
plane flying
around.
over parking lots. Eventually,
Yeah, it's true. And over highways, imagine. Oh man.
Yeah. I know Detroit. Yeah, you go over the highway a little bit.
Gary, might I say also with this new microphone, think you sound like a real. You got a real situation over there. Good job.
sound like NPR might be in your future.
You could do it. I promise. You'd be great.
I tried the NPR joke. I was trying not to do the Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah, yeah. Stay away. Stay away. What shoes did y'all wear today?
We actually wore the same pair. The Mizuno Wave Pro Rebellion 2.
Wave Rebellion Pro.
Wave Rebellion.
yeah.
Pro. Yeah. Well, either way.
Yeah. Talk to me. Tell me. I like them a lot. I don't know if y'all do too. What's up?
I felt that for the Detroit streets and how crappy they are, they were stacked too high. And my ankles were sore at the end of the run today. They just weren't good for Detroit's roads.
Okay.
Because when I wore them at Beechwood, I had no problem with them once we got off. You know that first path when we go out of the park.
Yeah,
it's all
that's
bumpy.
a little hectic right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but the roads were so bad, and we were in the bike lane for the majority of the run, and the bike lanes aren't clean. You know, they're not smooth at all, and so that was one of the issues I was having today. Was just trying to stay upright a little bit.
What about you, Aaron? Are you too? Is it too 4 foot for you?
That might be the case. My issue today is I had some hot spots, but I think I had like some small pieces because it did snow near me today. This morning when I woke up, and I don't know. I felt like I either had some small like rocks or like small pieces of like salt, like like
in
little broken up salt that you might like walk over on like the sidewalk or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got a blister on. Well, I got a small blister on my big toe on my right foot on the outside, and then I got another blister on my second toe on my left foot. So they have a pretty narrow toe box too. So I felt like it was kind of pushing my toes together.
Yeah, and then you got
in combination with the fact that it's so 4 foot. I feel like my foot was pushing up into the small toe box even more.
Yeah, because I know Ashley Mateo said she ran in them one time and just like there was like a really rough. It was just tough for her, but she literally runs on her tiptoes, you know. So I feel like if you're a extreme 4 foot runner, I just think those are just too aggressive up there, and there's nothing there really that's not even where the help is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other issue I had today,
more of a midfoot shoe.
Yeah, I'm definitely a midfoot.
Yeah. The other issue I had today, and this is more my fault than the shoe, was I just didn't tie it tight enough for the first 6 miles. I had to stop and like readjust and kind of get my foot underneath the whole thing to begin with.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's funny. On my right foot, I always have to tie my right shoe different than I have to tie my left shoe. Like,
Yeah, well,
every
they
time.
say our feet usually aren't the same size on
Yeah.
both sides. So that's
Yeah.
possible. That's possible. That's a possibility.
Yeah, it's always my right foot's the issue. But yeah, I like the. I feel like I could hear it. That I didn't expect you to like it, Aaron, because when I heard other people talk about how the 4-foot was, I mean, if they're 4-foot runners, they already it's just too aggressive up there, and it's not much room for any mistake. You know, like you'd almost have to half size up for you to not have any of those issues because it's already leaning there.
But even if you half size up, you're still gonna be sliding to the front
Yeah,
of it.
yes. Now you sliding that. Now you probably have worse issues, probably.
Yeah.
But I wonder. So like I think they're gonna be sending a pair for Earn. I wonder what he'll think of them too. And I got a pair for Joe, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think if I'm not running in the city, I'll probably give him one more shot. But at this point, we're getting so close to the marathon.
Yeah, because what you're going Alpha Fly 3s for
as
Boston?
of now. Yeah.
You got options. You got options, son.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean, because I ran in the Alpha Fly 3s, and I feel like with the hill, like with the hills and some of the turns in Boston, I feel like the Alpha Fly 3s would be a great option. Just because, like, I mean, I feel like that shoe, because it's a little firmer, it'll be good with the hills going down. Because I think some of those softer shoes may not be the best for kind of bombing downhill, because you kind of lose like sense of like how much you're jamming up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your toenails are going to get messed up for sure. So.
Right. Yeah, if you have toenails by then.
It's true.
Yeah.
Whew. I just lost one. Well, I lost the. We're not gonna get into my feet. No, we don't have to do that. That's weird.
Not that kind of show.
Yeah.
I mean,
y'all can watch my show on Patreon if y'all want to hear about my feet.
I'm about to say, say that for the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I think what I'll do, I think I'll probably wear the Adidas shoes that they sent. But I don't know. I'm like scared to pull them out the box.
The Y3s?
No.
Oh.
I'm
about to say you're going crazy.
The special ones, whatever they called.
Evo. Really?
Yeah, why not?
I thought they was just Adidas $500. I thought that was
the Adidas 500s.
Yeah.
Why not, Gary?
Because it's you're not going for it.
Oh.
You know, like it's not a goal race. I don't know. I'd almost save them until you can use them to get after it. Yeah.
They might expire by then.
Yeah, they might degrade by then. I don't know. All right, let's get.
That's a good question. They might degrade. That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know. I better check on them now. They might be turning yellow already. Gary, this question for you. Gary, what will your mileage be for your peak week? You've been super consistent looking at your Strava.
Well, thank you for that. I don't know. My coach sends me my training a few weeks ahead of time, so maybe 85. I think that's about what we hit for New York.
What did you just do this week?
79.
Yeah, so, you'll probably. How many more weeks you got? 5?
5 weeks.
So you only got 2 more weeks. You'll probably be like at 82.
Well, I got a quieter week this week because of the half marathon. So I think I'm at 75, and then maybe back up to 77 the next week. So maybe after that,
you might get to like 81, 82.
Maybe.
No, and her she won't. It won't be a jump like that. If you were just doing a simulator and no race, you might keep trending up, but she'd probably rather you get that effort in, kind of go after it a little bit, and then you just won't climb any higher.
Which is fine. Again, yeah. It's a consistency for me. I'm still getting a ton of miles in.
Oh yeah, no, it's nothing bad about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just no point in like jumping to, you know what I mean? Like she won't be like, oh, let's get you up to 85 for no reason, because by then you pretty locked in, you know, because you've been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Did she give you a race plan for Saturday? Well, the race is Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's basically first 10 miles marathon pace, goal marathon pace, and then let it rip for the last 5K, but not too much. So
I pretty much got the exact same briefing. She's like, don't you dare go a second over marathon pace for the first 10 miles. And if you're feeling good, like really good, then you can pick it up in the last 5K. But she was like, the first 10, right on pace. Like don't get cute.
yeah, and I think this will be a good primer, especially, I think we've all kind of considered the 10-10-10. So, if we can kind of hold this pace, consistently for 10 miles, that'll go a long way to keep, for me anyway, letting my mind know that I can keep consistent mileage or consistent pace for 10 miles at a time. So
Yeah, I feel like that. What I was just thinking about that while you were talking about the 10-10-10, especially for like a more of a goal race. I feel like the thing would be is you'd have to feel very confident that that goal pace that you've been training for is pretty locked, like dialed in, and you can get to it from 11 to 20,
yeah,
because like I'm definitely, the more I keep saying, I'm like, oh, everybody should do it, but it's like I had the privilege of like that pace is something I know for sure that I can run. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty easy to not be too antsy, the first 10 miles, because you know for sure that you can lock in for 11 to 20. And then for sure, as long as everything's okay, you should be able to speed up again.
right.
So I guess it's like, I know for sure that you can go 10 seconds faster than your pace in the last 10K if you're feeling good, Like
Yeah.
I feel like that.
You and I kind of touched on this when we were down in Orlando in the swamp, because we were talking about the whole goal is to be comfortable going your marathon pace for long distances of time. So we're at that point now where we should be fairly comfortable going 10 miles at the goal pace, and then, switching it up with a few more weeks of training, continuing to build up the mileage at the goal pace. So
and then right now you're feeling comfortable. Both of y'all are more maybe not like super comfortable, like I could do it in my sleep, but y'all are very comfortable like at that pace, and you've been super consistent both over 60 easy for 10 weeks. You know what I mean? Like the taper. I mean, I've only had two training blocks that were like as consistent as y'all's are right now. One was Glass City 2021, and then the second one was Boston 2023. Those are the only two that were just like everything went the way it was supposed to, and then I tapered and then raced. Everything else has always been like something that either I had 2 races or like I had to take time off or something like that. And those are both 2 of my best races. So
yeah, I've had a couple of really good blocks in a row. I just haven't been able to finish them off in terms of the race, but my fueling has been on point. I've been taking my Mortons and running with a bottle, with Mortons in it. And that today, I noticed when I got done, I didn't really feel like I had a lot of salt on my head when I finished. I think that was due to the fueling, like just a sip every mile. That's all, just all I'm doing really. And then every 5 miles of gel. So
man,
I think that's going to go a long way come Boston to keep me, from crashing.
y'all want to hear my hydration comparisons for Osaka and Tokyo?
I do now.
Yeah. All right, let's go. So for Osaka, I had the same plan going in, like take some UCAN right before the race, and then take one every 5 miles after that, and then try to drink as much as possible, at all the stops. And so Osaka was raining and cold, and everything was going fine until about like 15 or so miles, or in there. And every time you grab water or like a drink, you spill a little bit on your gloves, your hands, or whatever. So by the time like 17 miles came around, my hands was just like done. Yeah. So like at mile 18 or 19, I tried to grab a water, and I just couldn't really close my hand to grab the water while running. So I just said,
sorry, real quick, were they paper cups? Or were they like recyclable?
Paper. Tried to grab, and then after miles 17, 18, I was like, okay, well, I can't really, and it just got worse after that. So I was like, I just can't grab any water or drinks. And then I tried to, like, at mile 20 came, I'm like, okay, let me try to unzip this pouch and then try to take a gel. Couldn't feel where the zipper was or nothing. And I'm like, that's gonna, so forget it, because everything's going okay. But by the time 23, 24, 25 came around, I could definitely feel mentally like where and physically like I don't have as much as I thought I would, you know?
Mhm.
And then so fast forward 7 days to Tokyo, it was much warmer, no rain, sun was out. It was a little chilly in the shade, but it was like good enough where my hands stayed like I actually took my gloves off, which I never do. Took my gloves off and like tossed them to my mom after I passed her like at mile like 12. So I was like, you know, it was just a better day. And I was able to drink and fuel all the way through, and to the point where at mile, I think it was, I told myself I was going to take double up. I was going to take a UCAN at 20, and I was going to take one at like 23. Not like, you know, like just kind of open it just to have it, and then just take a little bit. Cause like they say, even just like at that point, even if you don't, you consume the whole thing, it'll be like you get that mental, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And so like I did that, but like talked myself into doing it, and then also grabbed water at 24. And I was just like, and I told myself at 24, I was like, you're making all the right decisions.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, like I've never been that like in control of it. So I say that to say, like, since y'all already like practicing fueling and making sure all that's cool, like I've never had a race where I like hit all my hydration like goals or fueling goals, and I did in Tokyo. And so now it's just showed me like what it's supposed to be like, because by the time 25 came around, like even though I was really tired, I had all my wits about me, and I just feel like I wasn't like super depleted, even though I had, you know, run that far. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. No. I think that it's cool that you had like the 2 back-to-back races so close to kind of remember
Right.
that, right?
Right.
We
Yeah.
we often forget because we're only doing like some of us only do 2 marathons a year. You often forget what happens, you know, all the painful stuff in the
Mhm.
one marathon. You forget to fuel. I remember in Eugene, I missed 2 hydration stops in a row. I just couldn't. I couldn't get to the table because people were kind of boxing me out,
Mhm.
and then the third one, I nearly dropped it. But I just remember in my mind going, "That's it.
No, that's it. Yeah.
I'm done. I didn't get my, you know, Gatorade or whatever it was. I forget what it was. It wasn't Gatorade, but whatever it was called in Eugene. I thought that's it. I'm
Noon,
done.
right?
Zoom,
Noon.
noon.
Zune?
Is it?
Zune?
Is it
Moon?
Zuni?
Oh, so Stephanie. So Stephanie was in Tokyo. She said Tokyo was my first marathon, drinking the water stops. I kind of miss my handheld. Yeah, water stops are a little hectic. Water stops can be real hectic. Oh man, I hate when like this one dude like just slammed on the brakes in front of me, and everybody had to like, you know, do that weird run dive around somebody, like so you don't run into the back of them. Like no, like just don't ever stop in the. If you're gonna stop at a water station, like full stop, pull over to like the side, like after you get
Yeah.
right past something. Jesus. But so in Tokyo they got this thing called or in Japan they got this thing called Pocari Sweat. Like that's the name of their drink of like it's like Gatorade, but it has more carbs. Like so I think I was telling you guys about it, like and when we did the show after Osaka, like, but I feel like I wish they have it in the US too. So I think I may order it because it's like it's less sugary than like a Gatorade or whatever. And they had it on course too. Like so it was like so I drank a bunch of them before the race, like, you know, the days leading up to it just to stay extra hydrated, and then after the first one as well to kind of replenish. But they had it on the course, and it's like it's like the color of like it's like the frost color of Gatorade. So I mean, you spill it, it's, you know, it doesn't matter. But then I spilled it on my hands, so I'm thinking like, oh, you know, I've spilled Gatorade on my hands before, and it's like it's gonna be sticky, you know, you're gonna weird eventually, and it never did, which was weird. So I wish that like, I mean, they have a Pocari Sweat US Instagram, so they must be here, you know. So I'm like,
Totally different.
I'm gonna try to see if I hit them up, get us some Pocari Sweat cases or something. See what we can do. Because I put
big hydration, not gonna let them get away with that.
Big hydration, no, yeah, they ain't gonna do that. But yeah, no. So hydration and fueling is key, and I guess you don't know how key it is until you actually do it right, potentially, and then it's like, oh wow, this could be crazy. See, she
Oh,
ordered
look at
prepared.
that.
It's really good. I'm gonna order it. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yep, it was good. No, man, it was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, so I'll see if I can get it. I'll see if I can get some. Will y'all be down to try it if I get some?
I mean, anything with the word sweat in it, sure.
I don't know Pocari either, but I mean, if they sweat taste that good, then sure, let's do it.
It is a weird name. It's a weird
Yeah.
name for sure. Do you guys take salt tabs? Y'all go ahead.
I did it in New York.
Occasionally.
Not at the same time. You first.
I got a Nicholas here, so go ahead.
I've done salt tabs usually on hotter days, especially for hotter races. Unfortunately, when the salt tabs start coming out, that means I'm grasping at straws, just hoping I can somehow miraculously overcome overly hot race, and that hasn't really worked out in my favor in my life. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're good for me or if I'm just using them at the wrong times, like break glass in case of emergency type of thing.
Yeah, I do that. I've done the break glass a few times, mostly on training runs. I did in New York though. I taped them to the gels. I forgot who
Yeah, you
on the
did.
show recommended that, but I think a couple things. One, I forgot one. I completely left it in my pocket. I forgot about it towards the end. But two, I think I didn't practice with them enough to really like get my body used to them. So
I feel like that could be dangerous too, like randomly doing it on race days. That's a
yeah,
bunch of salt.
yeah, it was one of those don't try anything new on race days. Okay, well let's tape some salt tabs to the to the gels and go for it. So I think I'll probably have to practice with them some more, but I'm not planning on using them for Boston.
Yeah, so I think that what I'll do, like for some of like the hotter races, ones we know, like I mean, I feel like there definitely be a benefit each during the race, but it's not like I did these last two kind of without it, and that was the first time I've run a race without it in a while. I just feel like they were harsh because I didn't practice them enough, and I don't know if I want to practice salt tabs that much, you know.
Right.
Especially if it's not the hotter season. Like I feel like if you're training in the middle of summer, you know, popping a salt tab before you go on a run is fairly like probably safe thing to do maybe. But I didn't do it this time, so I feel like the key for me for this last time was super hydrating like the proper way, not just water before the race, you know.
Yeah, I think if you're water only, then salt tabs is probably the good thing to do. But if you're getting a good electrolyte drink, whether it's whatever the brands are, then you should be okay without having to take them. I do think earlier last year when we were running with those sweat patches, I can't remember the name of the
Nix.
You know, they kind of showed you like what sports drink is better for you based on how much sweat you lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you were to have something like that, not even from that company, but any company that does that, I think Gatorade has one as well. That's a good way to figure out what you need in terms of electrolytes. But I think it's, again, preference and what you're using currently to get your electrolytes in your system.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's my only issue with salt tabs, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
If we're in a zombie apocalypse and you've been taking salt tabs, you gonna get ate first because you taste the best.
You are brined and ready.
You ready to go. Ready to go.
Bro out here looking like a walking corned beef is crazy.
Like,
or they just save you. They save you because you were salted and you're gonna last longer.
Oh yeah.
You preserve me yourself.
Yeah, they're gonna put you in the meat locker.
So technically, would you live longer though? Like besides the zombie apocalypse, would you live longer?
I think
maybe
you would.
because you're more
I think
preserved?
your corpse would look a lot nicer, longer.
Yeah. Like why is he not? Why is he not like decomposing?
Right.
Like, oh yeah, he had a
Yeah,
salt.
it's
Right. They make you into jerky. That's crazy. You there for the long haul.
Oh my god.
that should be Salt Tab's new tagline. Look good in the zombie apocalypse. Salt Tabs.
Salt tabs. Want to turn into jerky in the afterlife? All right. Sweating out watermelon flavor as you run away. Oh
You gonna be
man.
sweet and salty, bro. You a delectable snack. Like
You ever
they
put
take you
sugar?
out.
You ever put salt on a watermelon?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
blasphemy.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not blasphemy at all. Actually,
That's how I grew up.
the ancestors would thank you for
It's blasphemy, bro.
doing.
Only thing I'm putting on my watermelon is tahini and lime juice, bro.
This is it. I mean, it's the same thing.
Nah, it's not.
It's salt.
It's chili lime.
That's flavored salt,
Chili
bro.
lime.
It's flavored
Nah,
salt.
I like my watermelon straight up. No cut on that thing. You hear me?
No chaser. All right, so wait, yeah, what else we got? We got like 9 minutes before I read off this next sponsorship ad. Tracksmith has sponsored the podcast. Big shout out to Tracksmith. Oh yeah, let's not forget, before ask us a question, shoot us a question now, because at this point we've talked about pretty much everything. We've covered some real strong bases. We've covered hydration during the race. We've covered mileage. We've covered the zombie apocalypse. We decided whether you're gonna be beef jerky when you die, or if you wanna be lemon chili pepper watermelon. So
Fruit
ask
left.
us whatever fruit. Do you want to be a salty fruit when you die or not?
I want to ask a question of the audience, actually.
Okay,
I
let's
think
ask this.
Maurice is
Oh
if
yeah,
I'm
I got to meet Maurice.
Maurice is in the DC area, right?
I don't know, but I got to meet Maurice in Tokyo.
Dope. If I'm not mistaken, he's in DC area. I'll wait for him to respond, but I think that's the case. Because I kind of just want a heads up on what I'm getting myself into. Jalen.
Oh,
cool.
Jalen's from DC.
Have you ran Rock and Roll DC? This used to be a different race, actually. If my research serves me correctly, Rock and Roll took over after there was another sponsor of this race before, but this route, I see that there is a large hill around mile 6. I want to see if it is as serious as the elevation chart looks, or I'm just getting.
Is this the one that Lance will be running, or is that Cherry? That's Cherry Blossom.
That's Cherry Blossom.
That's Cherry. Yeah, he's doing Cherry.
So okay,
but they,
over 2.
Yeah, no, they changed the route.
Okay.
I got a more serious question for you, Jalen, since you said you're from DC. Are you familiar with Tabby Benet? Are you familiar with Tabby?
I'm familiar with Tabby
Aaron?
Benet. Yes, I am. Yes. Look, he's frozen. He couldn't believe it. The man was too stunned to speak.
As soon as I start asking dumb questions, my internet goes out.
That Tokyo internet was much more reliable.
Man,
That was weird, right?
So much better.
Shout out to the Weston.
All right, am I back now?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I asked him if he knew Tabby Benet. You know Tabby Benet though, Aaron?
Yeah. That was blog era
Okay.
kind of stuff too.
Yeah. It wasn't sweet, but it was sweet. You know. I'm sorry, Jalen, if it was sweet.
No, he
I
put a
don't know.
crying face emoji and said yes. So something tells me he won't be offended.
Okay. I mean, no, it wasn't terrible. It was just like it wasn't sweet, but it was sweet. You know, it was different. You know, in Detroit music is a little different right there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's actually about the same now. Think about it. But all right, so real quick, I just want to touch some bases. We have another part, a little bit to talk about. The new spring products for Tracksmith are the turnover items, revamped Reggie half tights, lane 5 short tights. I think that's the lane 5s for the ladies. Fits. New insulated harbor vest. I don't know what that is
Almost
about.
got that. I almost got it, but
What does it look like?
it's a vest. They have navy, and I think they have like tan, like khaki.
Yeah. Ooh.
Looks like it has a few pockets in the front. Is
it like for running?
Yeah, it's for running. But
Oh,
I mean, it looks like you can kind of lifestyle it too. But I think it's for running as well.
Is it for like kind of like more like hiking ish, like trail running type of vibe, like those type of vests?
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's kind of similar to. Because it's not like puffy. It's not like a puffy vest. It don't look like.
Yeah.
It's not like a.
Not like kind of. It's not heavy.
Yeah. It's. I would say it's like a light, like spring fall kind of vest.
I might have to check that out. And then so they got that vest. They have the new track house shorts and a new all gender cotton rugby. So they got a bunch of stuff rolling out this spring.
Hey, I thought about that rugby. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, I seen somebody in the corduroy shorts from like 2 years ago, and I was kind of mad I ain't buying.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the corduroy era, but I don't have none though.
Yeah. Corduroy is hard. Corduroy is done. Is what is dope if you do it right. Like it's a different texture.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right, but I'm gonna try. But yeah, tap in with Tracksmith. Here really quick, we're gonna drop the codes again. Tap in with Tracksmith. They are the sponsors of this episode. Big shout out to Tracksmith and thank you again. PR new for $15 off 75 or more for new customers only, and then PR give for free shipping, which is at least $5-10 off or something like that.
And also, I'm going rogue here because I haven't ran this by my two co-hosts, but it's called PR Give because Tracksmith wants to give a percentage of your total sale to a foundation or charity of our choosing. So if you know any charities or foundations, personally, I would like something maybe that would go into people of color or BIPOC sports initiatives, more specifically running initiatives. So if you know anything about that, if you know anybody that would like to partner with us on that, let us know. DM the PR Project on Instagram or shoot us a message however you can, because we really like to get that information over to Tracksmith so we can get that set up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Agreed.
I vote that in as well. PR Give, PR Give. Thank you for catching that as well. Yeah, PR Give is a weird promo code for just free shipping, so it really should be PR Ship, but PR Give because the proceeds or our percentage that we get will go to the charity of choice. So, let us know what charity kind of fits into that realm because there's probably a few out there. I'm just not familiar with all of them. So,
right,
that'd be sweet. That'd be super dope. And it would be cool for it to it'd be cool to kind of like further what we're doing here. We don't really talk about on our show. We don't necessarily talk about representation that much because it's kind of sometimes it feels like it's kind of given of what we're doing. But obviously, if the three of us it's very important to us that that folks that look like us and were raised like us feel open and welcome in this space, and not only to be able to run marathons. That's not necessarily the goal. The goal is for our own pursuits to maybe even possibly inspire someone to want to do like a 5K, or anything of the sort. So yeah, appreciate that. That'd be sweet if somebody could get us something that matches that. Good call, Aaron.
Thank you. Very well done, guys.
Yeah, well done. But yeah, we talked about a lot of crazy stuff, and I'm glad we ended it on a serious note because that is actually super important. So, and thanks for Tracksmith for even having that thought and process of how they set these things up. And makes it feel even better to promote it, actually.
Yeah, I've heard of a few others that have the Give, or one other has the Give, and when this was brought up, I was hoping that we would get one of those codes as well. So it's pretty great.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to Chessman. Shout out to us for being awesome. And shout out to y'all for watching and always tapping in. Use those codes and then hit us with a DM if you guys have any references on charities or foundations that we could tap in with.
Beautiful.
Peace out.
See you guys next week. Me and Gary will be post half marathons. Hopefully we'll have good news.
Oh, man.
We're gonna have good news. It's gonna be great.
All right.